So one of the interesting parts of the fuel cell is the polymer electrolyte membrane. This is the heart of the PEM fuel cell, and it conducts protons from the anode to the cathode while blocking electrons. And it also prevents fuel and oxygen gases from mixing in there. So the hydrogen is on one side of the fuel cell, the oxygen is on the other side. So this electrolyte membrane is actually a Teflon-based polymer that was produced originally by DuPont. It's known under the name Nafion, and one of the most commonly used variants is Nafion 117. There's also Nafion 112, 115. Those represent different thicknesses of the membrane, and it depends on your fuel cell design. So what makes Nafion remarkable is its chemical structure. There's a polymer backbone that's made of polytetrafluoroethylene, which is Teflon. And so it gives it extremely good chemical and thermal stability. So it's resistant to strong acids and bases, oxidizing agents, and it's relatively resistant to high temperatures, up to about 125 degrees Celsius. So attached to this Teflon backbone is they're actually sulfonic acid groups, which are negatively charged groups that actually conduct the protons. Basically, the protons are jumping from one site to another throughout this membrane, and then they emerge on the cathode side. So you could think of it kind of like the proton is like a monkey swinging through the trees. That's kind of how it's moving through this polymer membrane. So the one critical constraint of the using this membrane is that it has to remain hydrated in order to conduct protons effectively. So in order for it to transport those protons, it has to be hydrated. It has to be wet. So because of this, this limits the operating temperature of fuel cells to below the boiling point of water, which is typically below 80 degrees Celsius. And so water management in these fuel cell systems are extremely challenging because you have to have the right amount of hydration in order for the protons to conduct effectively. And, then you can generate more electricity at a faster rate and so forth. So I spent some time on this challenge in my own research and in my books. Water management is genuinely one of the most complex aspects of fuel cell engineering. Too little water, the membrane dries out. You don't have good proton conduction. Too much water, the electrodes flood, and then it limits the access to the catalysts.